Ever feel like payday stretches further and further away the closer you get to it? We've all been there. Bills pile up, unexpected expenses pop up, and suddenly that paycheck you just cashed feels like a distant memory. But what if there was a way to access the money you've already earned before your official payday? That's where Payactiv comes in. They call it earned wage access, and it's essentially an advance on the money you've already worked for. Sounds pretty handy, right? But a big question remains, how often can you actually tap into those funds? That's exactly what we're going to break down today. We'll dive into the nitty-gritty of Payactiv's access frequency, explore any limitations, and shed some light on how it all works. So, whether you're a seasoned Payactiv user or just curious about the service, buckle up. First things first, let's clear the air. Payactiv doesn't give you free money. It simply allows you to access a portion of your already earned wages before your official payday. This can be a lifesaver for those unexpected situations, or just a way to manage your cash flow a bit better. Now, the key question, how often can you access your hard-earned cash? Here's where it gets interesting. Payactiv generally allows you to initiate up to 3 transfers within a single pay period. That means you can potentially access your wages 3 times before your official payday rolls around. But there's a catch, and it's an important one. There's a maximum limit on the total amount you can transfer across those 3 transactions. This limit can vary depending on a few factors, but the 2 main ones are your employer's settings. Some employers might have their own restrictions on how much of your earned wages you can access through Payactiv. It's always best to check with your HR department or refer to any company information about Payactiv to see if there are any specific limitations in place. Direct deposit. This one can make a significant difference. If you've set up direct deposit through Payactiv, the maximum amount you can access per transfer jumps from $750 to a much higher $1,500. That's a pretty big difference, so setting up direct deposit can be a smart move if you think you might need to access your funds more frequently. Here's a quick recap. You can potentially access your Payactiv funds up to 3 times per pay period, but the total amount you can transfer is capped and depends on your employer's settings and whether you have direct deposit set up. There's another factor to consider, transaction fees. Payactiv itself charges a flat fee of $5 for each transfer you initiate. So, if you max out those 3 transfers in a pay period, you'll be looking at $15 in fees. It's definitely something to keep in mind when deciding how often to access your funds. Important side note, Payactiv is a service provided by your employer, so it's not available to everyone. If you're interested in using it, check with your HR department to see if your company offers Payactiv and what their specific policies are. So, is Payactiv a magic bullet for managing your finances? Not quite. It's a helpful tool, but it's important to use it responsibly. Here are some things to keep in mind. Don't rely on it too heavily. Remember, you're still accessing money you've already earned, not getting extra cash. Abusing Payactiv can lead to a tight squeeze on your next paycheck. Track your transfers. Keep a record of how much you've accessed through Payactiv to avoid any surprises when your actual payday arrives. Consider alternatives. Sometimes, budgeting and meal planning can go a long way in stretching your paycheck. Payactiv can be a helpful backup, but it shouldn't be your primary financial strategy. Ultimately, Payactiv can be a valuable tool for managing your cash flow and avoiding those late payday blues. Just remember to use it wisely, track your transfers, and be aware of any limitations or fees associated with the service. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time,